Where's the hero point deck? Let's roll that. Somebody made a little chart for the cards. Let's see what we get. I'm going to spend a hero point. Ooh, Flash of Insight. There's a little link here to see what that is. Till the end of your turn, you gain automatic knowledge. There's a link here. For any one skill. If you already have automatic knowledge, when you use that feat to attempt a recall knowledge check this turn, use an outcome degree of success better than the result of your roll. If you use this to learn about a creature, you gain twice the number of clues about its abilities. Automatic knowledge. Blah, 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 blah. So that's actually pretty cool. If you want to use the hero point deck. Let's roll another one. Last Stand. That sounds interesting. Let's see what that is. To the start of your next turn, any damage, it says play when you take damage. Until the start of your next turn, any damage that would reduce you to 0 hit points leaves you with 1 hit point remaining and gives you the Doomed 1 condition. Oh, cool. Or increases your doomed value by 1 if you're already doomed. As usual, you die when your doomed condition equals the dying value that would kill you, usually 4. Doomed. Dun, dun, dun. A powerful force has gripped your soul, calling you closer to death. Doomed always includes a value. The dying value at which you die is reduced by your doomed value. Ouch. Normally you die at dying 4. So if I was doomed 2, I would actually die at dying 2. So you die a lot quicker. Doomed is nasty. If your maximum dying value is reduced to 0, you instantly die. You just drop dead. When you die, you're no longer doomed. Yeah, no kidding. That's moot. Your doomed value decreases by 1 each time you get a full night's rest. So it's relatively easy, right, to get out of it? But imagine being doomed during a hot pursuit off in the mountains and wilderness, where you're not going to get good sleep to begin with. Although it just says full night's rest, so, okay, 8 hours in a cave, it's freezing. As long as the GM counts it as a full restful night. It doesn't say restful, but you get the gist. Yeah, you can get rid of that level of doom. Very cool. I love Pathfinder's Conditions. Although admittedly, there's an awful lot of them. I think there's over 40 of them. That's a lot. But they're all simple. They're not complex things like you. Let's roll one more time on this fantastic table. The hero point deck. I guess this is based on the actual hero deck. Hero point deck. I got a 7. It says Class Might. Play during your turn. So, during combat, I guess. Counter. Until the start of your next turn, you gain a +2 status bonus to checks based on that key ability score of your class. If your class grants a choice for its key ability, like I think the fighter is, you choose Dex or Strength, select one of those ability scores to gain the bonus. Until the start of your next turn, you get a +2 status bonus to checks based on the key ability score of your class. It'd be nice if they included a little flavor text with these. Maybe they do on the cards, the actual cards. But the only thing you go by is just Class Might. One more time. This is a D52 roll, right? 1D52. 52 cards. There you go. Rampage. I don't know how you actually use these cards outside of what it says, though. I mean, what are they? Every time you gain a hero point, you gain a card instead? Is that how it works? I don't know. So let's say I gained a hero point. We had this epic battle. We overcame it. Did some great role play, heroics, all that stuff. The GM gives out a hero point to everybody. Okay, he gives out a card. So I randomly roll on this to see what they get, right? Well, it turns out, let's say Dreskin just got Rampage. And this is what it says. Play at the start of your turn. So again, during encounters, make a strike against each foe within reach. Typically 5 feet. Could be further, longer weapon. Whatever the reach is. The multiple attack penalty applies as normal. At the end of these attacks, your turn ends and you are fatigued. Wait a minute, let me read this again. Make a strike against your foe within reach. All right. The multiple attack penalty applies as normal. So if I attack a second time, it's -5, typically. At the end of these attacks, your turn ends and you are fatigued. What am I missing here? At the end of these attacks. Okay, let's say I attack 3 times with the normal multi-attack penalty. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. Make a strike against each foe within reach. The multiple attack penalty applies as normal. At the end of these attacks, your turn ends and you are fatigued. So I guess if I'm surrounded by 4 opponents, I could attack each one once. The multi-attack penalty would apply, but I'm making 4 attacks. Normally you can't do that. Is that what it's saying? Make a strike against each foe within reach. You play this at the start of your turn. Well, let's say I'm surrounded by 6 guys, right? 6 bandits have surrounded me. They're coming at me with blades. All right, I've got the Rampage hero card. I decide at the start of my turn in combat to play that card. Rampage! Make a strike against each foe within reach. That's what I say, 6 bandits. So I make 1 attack, 1 strike against each. That's a total of 6, right? It says the multi-attack penalty applies as normal. So the first attack is no penalty. Second attack, -5, we'll say. The third attack, -10. The fourth attack, -10. Fifth and sixth attacks, -10 each. At the end of all these attacks, 6 in this case, your turn ends and you are fatigued. So this is a great hero point to use when you're fighting a lot of opponents. Normally you can only attack. You only get 3 actions. So that's normally 3 attacks max. You need feats or special abilities to do more than that. This actually lets you attack like 6 guys once each, which is pretty good. And you're fatigued at the end of it. Your turn ends, of course. So that's what that's about. That's pretty cool. That could be useful. Fatigued, of course, sucks. You're tired and can't summon much energy. You take a -1 status penalty to your armor class and savings throws. While exploring, you can't use an exploration activity. That sucks. You recover from fatigue after a night of rest. Let me look up something here real quick. So fatigue doesn't have a value ever associated with it. It's always fatigued, period. There's no fatigued 1, fatigued 2, fatigued 3. It's one of those rare conditions that you can get. You're either fatigued or not. I guess the worser condition than fatigued would be what? I think there's a worse one. Exhausted? Is that one? No. Is there one worse than fatigued? I don't know. I don't think so. Thought maybe there was. Nope. Well, that's interesting. Alright, so that's that card. I like this little deck. And this would be easy to add to the game. All I'd have to do would be to... Where is it? Oh, you know where I could put it? I could put it on my screen. That's this thing. There it is. I could put it on my Game Master screen here. I just drug it over here. And I have quick access to it at any time without opening up this section of Foundry. And there it is. In fact, it shows every freaking result. But let's roll it. Boom. Let's see what I rolled. 36. Rampage. I got the exact same thing again. Well, let's roll it again. You know all about Rampage. I got a 32. Press on. Play at the start of your turn. Until the end of your turn, ignore penalties to checks and DCs from conditions. Again, the only thing that's missing from these listings, and I don't know about the actual deck of cards, is a little bit of flavor text. You got to use your imagination and be creative. Well, as you should anyway, right? There's the Hero Point deck. I'll have to change the way this is laid out. This looks silly. I like seeing all the results here. Anyway, this is my screen. Let's close that. Obviously haven't been using it much. There's no other listings on it. Very cool. By the way, this screen, this little pop-up thing here that I can see through a little bit, this is a module as well that you can add to your game. I guess it's called GM screen? I don't know. There it is. You can control what it looks like, how much you can see through it, the number of rows, the number of columns, and typically you put journal entries in here or any notes you want. Well, any note that you make is a journal entry. You can just drag them in here. They can occupy one of these little areas, and you have instant access to them with a click of a button. Bunk, bunk, just like that. That's your GM screen.